Hi, I'm Paulina Wright, and this CD is designed to help you reset unconscious responses to avoid damaging angry outbursts, i.e., effective anger management. First of all, it is important to say that anger has a useful function. If we are threatened, we may need to fight off an attacker to protect our own physical safety and possibly that of other people. Anger can activate us to right a wrong, to stand up for ourselves, or to achieve an important goal. When we are angry, we are physically stronger. We feel less pain and become free of uncomfortable feelings such as self-consciousness and uncertainty. We like the feeling that everything is clear and you are never so certain as when you are in rage. Someone once said, "Make a speech when you are angry and you will make the best speech you will ever regret." So, anger has a function in its place. However, in a complex modern world, things are not often black or white, or totally simple. When we are angry, we experience what is called an emotional hijacking, which basically means that the strong emotion we are feeling hijacks your ability to think. In other words, the angrier we are, the more stupid we become. To an angry person, other people are just objects to be acted upon rather than people to be interacted with. And treating people as objects has predictably damaging effects upon relationships. For a long time, people believed that it is always good to get anger out of your system, that to let off steam is somehow healthy. But research shows that bottling it up or letting it out makes no difference. It is still very unhealthy for the heart. It is getting angry in the first place that causes the damage. Anger does more damage to the heart than any other emotion. When highly angry, the pumping efficiency of the heart can drop by up to 7%. Enough to cause a heart attack in vulnerable people. People who are very prone to anger are 3 times more likely to suffer severe heart disease than more even-tempered people. So, not only anger is potentially damaging to relationships, it is extremely bad for your health. From a psychological perspective, becoming very angry locks you into a focused and very narrow point of view because of the emotional hijack. This viewpoint will always seem valid to you whilst the anger continues, even if it appears ridiculous after you have calmed down. This is because anger has to work that way. In evolutionary terms, an angry state which left you too able to think would have been less effective at making you fearless and fearsome. Flexible people who can see different perspectives without becoming angry and who are skilled at considering the positions of those around them have much less problem with anger. Before you begin to experience deep hypnosis, you can think of a few typical kinds of situations which have prompted you to an overly angry response. In other words, in what situations would you like to have more control of yourself? Think about that now as you get ready to relax. Now you can make yourself really comfortable and begin to allow your instinctive mind to learn new automatic responses. Firstly, just do a little test Just close your eyes for a few moments and think back to a time you were very angry with someone and you were expressing that anger. Now get something of the sense of how that felt. The rising energy, the absolute focus on that person, the feelings of intensity. Get something of that anger now. And now you can do something interesting and intriguing. I would like you to just get the sense of drifting out of yourself to one side so that you can watch that time from outside, like watching a whole scene being acted out over there, almost as if it is a picture on a gallery wall, just observing in a detached way. And as you watch that scene, notice your own facial expressions and body movements at that time. Notice how the other person is responding, their facial expressions and responses. Now, really learn and notice something about that time that you have never really noticed before. Drifting even further away, perhaps. Notice how when you just view that time from this vantage point, you can feel so much calmer and relax outside of it. Really notice calmly and objectively the elements to that time you had never noticed before. Now, everybody knows instinctively how to relax deeply. This is part of being human. The ability to be master of your own emotions, not to be led by them like some kind of slave. So now, when you are very calm and the body is relaxed and comfortable and the mind is serene, and even you notice that breathing in a certain way, calmly and comfortably, what would it be like, I wonder, to observe yourself looking so calm and at ease with those facial muscles relaxed and smoothing over as they rest more deeply, almost as if you can send a wave of pure calm down into those hands and around all those muscles now. Now, in your mind, notice what it's like to start standing up to that anger, to have control over it for a change. You could notice being at the very start of a situation which, in the past, would have made you lose it to anger. Even notice now the beginnings of anger rising in this typical situation. And now, notice the sense of just drifting out of it, as you know how, and seeing it from the outside, and everything calming down very rapidly. Now, experience that again. Your unconscious mind is going to get very good at this. just getting the very first initial feelings of rising anger. And again, notice the anger suddenly cooling and calming as you drift out of the experience and just view the whole scene from the outside, cool and calm, master of yourself. That's good. And in your mind, you can wander into a very calming space, like walking in a dream and discovering some absorbing inner landscape to explore, and begin to find peace within. And as I count from 1 to 10, you can become more aware of such a soothing, resourceful and comforting place in this inner world of healing, peaceful rest. 1, that's it, soothing and resting deeper, and 2 and 3, 4, 5, and as the rest and calm sweeps deeper and deeper, and 6, 7, 8, 9. What it's like to have complete relaxation. And 10. That's good. Now, other people in our lives can be precious, fragile gifts, and all gifts are temporary. And there is a real strength in gentleness. And what I want you to notice now, over the next minute and a half of clock time, as you relax even deeper, is all those times when you feel so much calmer in all the types of times where before there would have been tantrums. You can now become bigger and stronger than that puny anger. Notice all those types of times and noticing yourself responding in a new way. And you know, it reminds me of the story about the young, proud samurai who climbed the mountain to speak to the sage who sat at the top of the mountain. It was said that he was the wisest man around, and no one could beat him in a fight. But now he was old and frail, and reaching the top of the mountain in the cold, clear air, the arrogant young man said to the old one, "Tell me, old man, about heaven and hell. I must know about them." And the old man looked at him contemptuously and coldly replied, "I wouldn't waste my time with you. You are nothing but an uncouth lout." The young samurai instantly became enraged and drew his sword to strike the old man down. "In answer to your question," interrupted the sage, "this is hell." The samurai immediately saw the truth of this, regained control of himself, and apologized and thanked the master. And the wise one looked at him and said, "And that, my son, is heaven." And you can find yourself really noticing being in an old situation, but responding with complete calm and a clear mind, like that pool of water which reflects reality much better when its surface and depths are calm and tranquil. And the expression, getting a grip on oneself, really means take charge of yourself and master that anger. Don't let it spoil things for you and those around you anymore. And for now, you can start to awaken, coming back to the room. That's it. Beginning to feel wide awake and refreshed, counting backwards from 5, that's it, becoming more alert, and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. That's it, just opening those eyes and wide awake.